Hey guys, in today's lesson, while I work with kiddos on catching them up on missing assignments or correcting assignments that they've turned in, I want you to work on these three things at your own pace. Number one, I want you to learn how to scan the text for unfamiliar words before you read. I want you to learn how to analyze the questions before reading. And lastly, I want you to learn how to answer open-ended questions thoroughly and correctly when writing an open-ended response. I wanted to go over a couple of things I'm noticing with these responses that we talked about yesterday. When I look at a text like this, the first thing I do is I scan the text for words that I don't know. Right? So if I had a paper copy, I would use my highlighter, scan the text for words I don't know. So if they're not here, I would use my highlighter, highlight them, and look them up in the dictionary or in my phone. Another word I added here is supplanted. The next thing I would do after looking at words that I don't get is I would look at the questions that they want me to answer. And in each question, I would try to figure out what is the purpose of the question. So the one is central idea, the two is claim evidence reasoning, the three is again claim evidence reasoning, the four is how do these supporting details help the author develop the main idea, and this is the big one, number five. When we summarize something or when we write an open ended question, we often make the mistake of saying they, he, them, the point they try to make without really going into specifics. The mistake we make is that we assume that because the teacher assigned the assignment, the teacher knows what you're talking about when you say things like they, them, the point they try to make. And that's not the case. So, what I try to do, or what I try to tell kiddos, is uh, how would you explain, how would you summarize if the person that you were trying to explain this to was your little brother or your little sister? And in that way, you wouldn't say they, you wouldn't be general, you'd be as specific as possible. You would use the who, what, where, when, how, and why. So, those are the things I want you to keep in mind as you work on this. This is an asynchronous activity, which means I want you to work on this by yourself as I'm helping other kiddos catch up with the work that they didn't do or the work that they couldn't upload because of technology issues. So please work on this and we will talk soon. Now that you've seen this video, I want you to remember the three objectives we had at the beginning. I wanted us to learn how to scan the text for unfamiliar words before reading. I wanted us to learn how to analyze the questions also before reading, and I wanted us to learn how to answer open-ended questions thoroughly and correctly.